Today we're basically gonna deal with the gas tank. The other thing I want to look at is I do need to order or fix my front turn signals. I see this is cracked out. This one I was gonna just kind of JB weld it in, maybe. So that's a possibility. But probably could buy new ones for pretty cheap anyway. So how would that sit if I JB welded it on? There it goes. It's pretty busted up. So we'll see if we can find some new ones. If not, that'll work somehow. So anyway, dealing with the gas tank today. Have to figure out, I want to drain the old gas. Let's see how easy that would be. Also, we have to break out this lock. I don't know if somebody already tried and that's why the key doesn't work in it, but I haven't found a key that works in it with what I have. So I guess we're just gonna break the lock because I have a new one and we need to get in there to put new fresh gas in it. So basically we're just gonna take out this seat bolt. That is, if I remember correctly, a 10, looks like an 8. I don't know, it might be a 10. So then this seat comes off, then we'll pop this one off. There's another screw there. And then we can see where the gas flows. I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. And if we need to take the whole tank off, we can. Look how big that thing is. If anybody knows how much gas it holds, let me know. I haven't done my research yet, so we'll have to do a video on that. So anyway, let's get started. This thing, maybe we'll take this off and see how the speedometer, see if the speedometer is unplugged, because that wasn't working the other day too. That's right. So it looks like little hex nuts here, so let's get at it. All right, so that is an 8mm screw on mine. I don't know what it is on yours. And I just noticed I'm missing the bolts for right here. So if I would have taken this down the road any faster than what I have, I could lose my lens. So I need some little screws to go in there. Why are there screws missing? You never know when you buy a used bike. All right, so I think this is a 4mm hex on here. We got the cover off. And take these 2 bolts off to get this removed. Looks like if I take the tank off, it's a, looks bigger than a 12. Not sure. It might be a 12 or 14. So anyway, you can unplug all this here and here. And I don't know why the speedo didn't work. Didn't figure that out yet. Now that we know there's some missing screws back there, there could easily be something going on with the speedometer. So, guess we'll find out as we go. 10mm bolt with a screw head. So if you need a screwdriver, you can do that. And then your seat lifts right up. And then we have, 12mm bolt there, and there. And I would assume this whole sucker would lift off. Set this over here. This whole thing is ready to lift off. And we can literally unplug these 1, 2, and then wiring harness is free from that. Look at that, we have a little, what is that? Little wasp, little nest there. Get rid of that. Okay, so we can unplug that, get that out of the way. And we just have the tank to worry about. And we'll figure out where the gas line is. It'd probably be easiest if we lift this up. So grab our 12 and undo all 3 of these bolts. And we can pop them off and see what's up underneath this guy. Our other option is just to lay it to the side. Just get it out of the way. It's tough to figure out that speedo. Maybe I just wasn't going fast enough for it to register. I don't know. Maybe it's just, once it's run for a while, it'll free itself up. Maybe it's just locked into place. So anyway, let's go ahead. I'm gonna try the key in this a few more times, and then we're gonna break this lock while it's kind of mounted to the bike so I don't have to support the tank. We do have old fuel in there, so I want to drain it out, but let's get that open while it's mounted. I pounded this screwdriver in there a few times and was able to turn the lock. And I think somebody did this before me. So this is what we get now. Unfortunately, I think that's a lost cause. So good I have a new one. Yep, we have gas in there. I'm gonna get this dirt out of here before it falls in there. So what we wanna do is get out as much fuel as we can so we can put fresh new fuel in there, and we can mount our new gas door, gas cap. So hopefully this thing runs a lot better when we put new fuel in. This has been in there for a while, I bet. But yeah, this works. This works now. Just don't need a key. Oh, maybe well, I don't really trust it. Maybe I can just take a screwdriver with me. It works fine. There's our key. There's our new key, guys. I don't know if a key is gonna work. Keys are very, there, it's freed up. Keys are kind of fragile. I don't know if it'll turn good without my screwdriver. But there we go. Okay. All right, we have it all loosened up, and I got down here and realized, as I probably knew already, this isn't like an old fuel petcock that you can just open up and drain fuel. We have a fuel pump in here. It's in the tank, so you're not gonna be draining fuel out of this all that easy unless you decided to run the bike and have it pump it all out automatically. So rather than take off this line and everything, it looks like it's fine, don't want to really mess with it, we're just gonna have to go in the fuel filler valve, and yeah, there's a lot of fuel in here, so gonna go get a big fuel tank and find one of my siphon pumps, and I'm just gonna feed the line, try and get it over here as far as I can to a place where it can pull as much fuel out of here as possible. Then we can put normal fuel, I say normal fuel, new fuel in there, and use this in the lawn tractors or something. So let's get her set up. All right, first thing I'll say is these things always break. When I bought this, actually Harbor Freight said, do you want the extended warranty? Because there is no, like, they were not taking this back if it breaks. First day I used it, it broke. So anyway, I got to do this the old-fashioned way and breathe in, siphon some through, and I actually stuck this in gasoline already, so that's not going to be fun. But I got to start the siphon with my mouth, which is not recommended. Anyway, this should keep flowing until it loses fluid pressure here because it's going down. So once I get it started, excuse me, once I get it started, we should be able to do it. I did lean the bike this way and got as much fuel as I could in this corner of the tank. I think, as with most bikes, I guess I'll lean it up the other way too. I think you have a big section here that holds gas, and then it goes up over the frame, and then we also have this side. This side feels emptier now. So anyway, we're gonna siphon this, and then if I need to lean it for more gas, I will. There you go, I got it started. I just put my hand around the hose and kind of put my lips to my hand and got the suction started. So now fuel is flowing out of the tank and down into my can. And I don't think I'll fill this. I don't think there's 5 gallons in there. So I'm gonna actually make sure and lean this bike this way so I can make sure I have as much fuel on this side as I can. I was trying to flip this over to that corner as best I can, but having everything tied to each other isn't helping. So first I popped off the fuel line. There's 2 little clips in there that you just pop it off. Not a big deal. And then I'll remove these 2 wires. Looks like we have the center clip and then 2 on the sides that are grabbing. We'll push all those in and then unhook these, and then I think we can lift the tank free from the bike, and I'll set it up leaning that direction. I was wrong on this. All you gotta do is go into the little screwdriver and lift this tab, and then they pop right out. There you go. Now let's lift this tank over somewhere. Before you lift it off, there's a vent line over here. You gotta pop off right here. If it doesn't pop off by itself, you'll have to pull it off. A little clamp there. There we go. And there's one down here, which already popped off for me, down here in the corner. Might fall off if I show it to you. So I think that's it. Now I'm gonna try and lift it off. All right, got it all drained out. There's nothing left in there, pretty much. How much did I get out of 5 gallons? Pretty full. Maybe I got 3 gallons or so out of there. All right, so this can go back on. Give you a good look at the bike quick without the tank on it. Kind of looked around, made sure there wasn't any vacuum lines or anything hanging off. Didn't really see anything. Should give this an oil change at some point here. Don't forget to put your vacuum line back on here. That goes up into the tank. This one is just an overflow drain because I think it runs down to the bottom of the bike. But yeah, there's your bike without a tank. I don't think many people see this. Here's the fuel line that I snapped off. Just hold in those 2 clips on the sides and that should work for you. There's our throttle body in there. Everything looks intact there, I believe. And like I said, maybe the speedometer will come back to us at some point. It's just been sitting for so long, it might have gotten stuck. Looks like our regulator rectifier is down on the front of the bike. That's weird. Easy to change, I guess, but I don't know that I want it there down there collecting rain or whatever you're riding through. So hopefully, let's put this all back together. There is a plug here. Not sure what that goes to. I don't think I unplugged it. Oh, there's another one. 2 plugs in here that don't seem to go to anything. I wonder if something's not hooked up. No. If we find out we have problems, I guess we'll be going in and looking at that. I think this is the port. I have a feeling you plug that in to get computer diagnostics. Could be wrong, but I'm not sure what that is. So anyway, these 2 are interesting, yeah. Haven't figured out what those go to because I just found them. But for now, maybe that is my speedometer. We'll figure that out if we still don't have if we still have an issue with them. All right, so we'll plug these back in. Maybe that'll fix our issue. All right, so bring the tank back over, hook up the drain, hook up the vacuum, hook up the fuel line, which looks okay for now, and then put the bolts back in, reassemble it. I'm cleaning this up as I go. Just dusted the dirt off. This thing's clean. It's very clean. Stuck some paper towels in here. I'm gonna clean up around here. Kind of just, I could blow it out, or yeah, maybe I'll blow it out. Pick at it a little bit. Get a little screwdriver in there, pick it, blow it out. But I don't want the dirt going in the tank, so there we go. All right, cleaned her up good. Took a little bit of soap, wipe that up. There is a vent line right there, so you probably don't want to have dirt going down in there. I think this is, well, right here. This might actually be the vent line, but that's a hole. So I don't know. Maybe we have a vent for the top and the bottom. Maybe that's what those lines are on the bottom. Both of them? I don't know. So anyway, gonna put this back together and I'll show you what we got. This might clean up if we try. So what we didn't do yet today is the turn signals. Let's see if I can find new ones. And then I need a couple screws. Just probably little screws. I could probably find some generic ones from another bike just to hold that on. Just some tiny screws. So that's it for today. I'll catch you guys on the next one.